Lush rainforests to sun-soaked beaches, cosmopolitan cities to rustic farms, koalas, kangaroos, and the Great Barrier Reef, the South Pacific is a place of pure magic. Tropical islands that sit in the bluest water you'll ever see will electrify your senses. And cultures incredibly different from your own can show you just how much we all have in common. Hi, I'm O'Shea, an ambassador alum from the North Carolina. I'm here to tell you about an amazing 3-week journey. From taking a dip in a waterfall in Fiji to becoming part of a New Zealand family, you're in for a life-changing adventure.
You got it!
Your journey through the South Pacific program begins in Fiji. You'll be welcomed with a traditional lei before you head to the Kula Eco Park, rightly billed as the wild side of Fiji. The dense forest is home to brightly colored birds.
Hello!
Including golden doves with turquoise beaks, lizards like the rare ringed iguanas, and many kinds of insects. The park is a vital sanctuary, and you'll learn about its environmental mission while rubbing shoulders with its star parrot, Baby.
Hello!
The next day, get a taste of school in the Southern Hemisphere. Fijian students will welcome you into their classrooms, share ideas, tell stories, and joke around with locals your age to gain unique understanding of daily life in Fiji. Activities like this are what make people-to-people programs unique and educational. Going to school with the locals isn't something a typical tourist can do. Later, glide across beautiful waters in traditional longboats. Just because they're traditional doesn't mean you have to paddle. These boats are equipped with outboard motors that will speed you past perfect river views and spectacular waterfalls. And you won't just admire them from the boat. You'll get to swim in the crystal clear depths of a waterfall pool. Dock at a small Fijian village where villagers will welcome you with songs and dancing. Seal your new friendships with a toast as you're invited to participate in a kava ceremony with the students and other locals.
Hula! Hula!
Take a drive along the phenomenal Coral Coast on your way to Sigatoka Sand Dunes National Park. An enthusiastic team of park rangers will give you an exclusive tour of the dunes and explain the scientific and cultural significance. Before leaving Sigatoka, help preserve a critically endangered Fijian dry forest. Human development and invasive plants have wreaked havoc on the trees. You'll pull bad weeds and sow good seeds for a reforestation project. Who knows? One day, you could return and see tall trees growing in the ground where you planted them as a student ambassador. Travel to an island that serves as the doorway to Fiji's most stunning tropical destinations. Lots of boats can take you to Tavua, which means mystery, but people-to-people will have you sailing in style aboard a historic brigantine, which means yacht, once owned by the Governor General. Then it's off to New Zealand, the land of the Kiwis, and no, I'm not talking about the fruit. Kiwi is an international nickname for residents of this insanely pretty country. Before driving south through stunning farmlands in a motor coach, think really, really fancy bus with your own personal driver. Discover what everyday life is like in this part of New Zealand during your homestay. The homestay is really what people-to-people is all about. As a student ambassador, you're not just traveling, you're making real connections with people from other cultures. And it's definitely something that the average tourist can't do. One of the best ways for you to truly connect with people across the globe is through your homestay. And I won't lie, I was nervous about staying with a family I didn't know. Who wouldn't be? But you know what? It turned out to be one of my favorite memories. I enjoyed learning more about what my host family liked to do for fun, and we shared stories about our friends. I learned that the things that are really important to me, my family, my country, making the world a better place, these same things are important to people in other countries too. When it comes down to it, we really are more alike than we are different. You'll meet other locals, sample traditional food, and take part in activities that exemplify the laid-back New Zealand lifestyle, as well as something truly epic, as in Lord of the Rings epic. Welcome to Hobbiton, discovering the real Middle Earth when you visit the amazing movie set that was used in both The Hobbit and the Lord of the Rings trilogy. You may even act out of scene. Don't worry, if I can fit, you can. And did I mention I was an offensive lineman? Next, you're off to a region called the Bay of Plenty. It was the first part of New Zealand to be colonized specifically by the Maori. From the mouth of the bay, you'll work your way to Rotorua and a Maori meeting house called the Marae. It's sacred to the Maori, so sacred, we couldn't record it for this video. And this is an exclusive opportunity for student ambassadors. Enjoy Maori cuisine and perhaps a haka. The most famous haka is the traditional war cry, dance, or challenge used for centuries of Maori warriors hoping to intimidate their enemies.
Come on! Come on! Hey!
And student ambassadors get to learn this ancient art form, which is definitely intimidating. Just like me.
Bring your bucket up!
Hopefully the spirit of the haka rubs off, because you're headed to a full-on adventure course designed just for student ambassadors.
I'm about to rappel down a 100-foot wall.
This day will prove that you're capable of more than you ever imagined. This is a key goal of any people-to-people program.
I talked to myself a lot on that. I was like, I got this, I can keep going, so. Yay! I did it!
But don't get too comfortable, because you're about to luge down a mountain. Now the thrill starts with a bird's eye view of Rotorua during the gondola ride to the top of Mountain Hey, don't judge me. Getting to know another culture does not always mean being able to pronounce all the local words, but it is a cool mountain with a fantastic luge ride. You'll get to take a look around that crazy, beautiful scenery, then climb into your luge and sail into the bottom of the mountain. Think part go-kart, part toboggan. All fun. Some mountains are actually volcanoes, like Mount Tarawera. It devastated the land with a massive eruption in 1886. But that devastation created a geothermal utopia of steaming crater lakes, mud pools, and geysers that gave the Wamingbu Valley its name. You'll be in awe at the mysteries of Mother Nature, and they'll remind you just how powerful she can be. Then it's time to say goodbye to New Zealand and good day to Australia. Welcome to Sydney, Australia's largest city. Sydney is constantly ranked as one of the world's best cities to live in, and on your first day there, you'll understand why. With a culture deeply rooted in British history, it's no surprise that Australians love cricket. Think baseball meets croquet. Receive personal instruction on the basics and then try out your own new skills on the field as you're challenged by locals. Leave the city behind for the Blue Mountains. A great sandstone plateau is cut with gorges, some as deep as 2,500 feet. When Europeans first came to the area, it was already inhabited, and had been for millennia, by Aboriginal clans. Make sure you get pictures of the most spectacular landmark in the region, a rock formation called the Three Sisters. Legend has it that the rocks were once women of a local clan who were turned to stone by a clan elder. Surprisingly, the elder was trying to help the sisters. Your Aussie hopes can tell you more, but I'm pretty sure being turned into stone isn't how I want someone to help me. Australia's Aboriginal culture is the oldest surviving culture in the world, dating back more than 50,000 years. The people you will meet truly live off the land. Many of the Aboriginal people also happen to be talented dancers, as you'll see during a live performance backed by the didgeridoo. It's just one way you'll be immersed in Aboriginal heritage in a place where it has thrived for thousands and thousands of years. Back in Sydney, you'll take in the views during a dinner cruise and a dance party on Sydney Harbour. You'll spy some of Sydney's most popular landmarks, including the world-famous Opera House. This masterpiece of modern architecture has become a symbol not only of Sydney, but Australia as well. Student ambassadors get to take a closer look during an exclusive backstage tour of this world-famous site.
They're just setting up for the first night.
Feel the sand between your toes at iconic Bondi Beach. Learn surfing basics from experts and catch some waves.
You can do this. I know you can do it. Yeah!
Don't be nervous. Student ambassadors have exclusive use of the historic Bondi Surf Bathers Life-Saving Club, the oldest life-saving club in the world. What might make you more nervous than surfing is trying a local Australian food called kangaroo. You'll get the chance when you dine at a Sydney restaurant overlooking Darling Harbour later that night. Next up, you'll board an in-country flight to the city of Cairns, nestled in Queensland among not one, but two amazing World Heritage destinations, the wet tropics rainforest and the Great Barrier Reef. On a walkway 50 feet above the Woornoora National Park, you'll take in the rainforest canopy from above, like only the birds can. Then it's time to make scones for the locals. Your community service project in Malanda will have you making tasty, we hope, baked goods and then sharing them with elderly citizens. Some of these people were early pioneers who helped settle the area, and they'll be happy to tell tales while they, again, we hope, enjoy your culinary delights. Next, you're headed for the activity that makes people worldwide want to go to Australia: snorkeling on the Great Barrier Reef. The Great Barrier Reef is the world's largest coral reef system, stretching more than 1,600 miles, and it is spectacular. Before diving right in, you'll have an opportunity to hear directly from local marine biologists all about this amazing ecosystem and its aquatic inhabitants. If you're not into snorkeling, you can still take a peek from a glass-bottom boat, but I strongly suggest diving right in. You don't want to miss out on this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. You'll travel north along scenic coastal road to end up in a quaint township of Port Douglas at a local animal sanctuary. Snuggle up with koalas, kangaroos, and crocodiles. Okay, maybe you shouldn't get cozy with the crocodile, but you will be able to pose for pictures while you cuddle a koala. They're so cute. Because your last day in Australia needs to be extra memorable, you'll join the Kabiri Robber Brothers for a personal tour of their beach and mudflat. They were raised in the ancient culture of Kuku Yalanji, an Aboriginal clan also known as the Rainforest People. The brothers will teach you about their ancestors, the importance of the rainforest region, and the finer points of throwing a spear. You'll learn ancient hunting methods and possibly catch a mud crab. And then you won't believe it. And you probably won't even be ready for it. But your journey will be coming to an end. Your new friends will probably feel like family now, and it might be hard to imagine not seeing them every day. It's truly amazing how close you can become after traveling together as a student ambassador. I feel so lucky to have been a people-to-people ambassador. My journey changed me and gave me the chance to better understand the world and how connected I am to people in faraway places. I bet you'll feel the same way when you reflect back on your journey through the South Pacific program. With an insider's view of Australia, Fiji, and New Zealand, you'll see the world differently. After taking on personal challenges like full-on and building international bonds during a family homestay, you'll be more confident and more capable than only 22 days before. Exploring the world with people-to-people ambassador programs can change you and your world forever. No matter who you are or where you come from, people-to-people can help you discover your best self and give you the courage you need to blaze a path to a successful future. Take the first step, open up your mind, and get ready for an amazing journey through the South Pacific. On a program filled with one incredible experience after another, return home with something truly priceless, a brand new way of seeing the world.